the Andrew Burchett Podcast, episode 42, the story behind the song, Just a Breath Away. In December of 2004, our first two children were turning age 6 and 4, and they were the years of VeggieTales videos and Elmo. Approaching Christmas that year, we were seeing the wonder of Christmas once again through their eyes and wondering if there was a third Burchie kid in our future. With all my heart set on wanting another child, there was a song stirring in my heart. It all started with the phrase, "You will always be a breath away from me." And this was a phrase that kept turning over and over in my head about how God sees us and what He might say to us. It made me think about how God breathed life into Adam and brought him into the world and brought him to life. And I imagine that He does the same with each of us as we take our first breath of air as a newborn baby. Then lyrics began tumbling into my heart from heaven, straight onto the page. And this is the story behind that song, Just a Breath Away. I started with the analogy of being at heaven's door, which can be said about one who's preparing to die. But in this case, I was thinking about it as being in the womb. The first two words of this song, Precious Moments, are a veiled reference to those porcelain figures of children that we received back for our wedding and when we had kids. Now, this song is written from God's perspective, and He tells us that He's dreaming of more than just a few beautiful moments with a baby. He's dreaming of a lifetime of adventures and plans for us. And while we're in the womb, He is waiting patiently to unveil His latest creation, one who is created in His own image. And I was thinking about Genesis 1:26, where God tells us that humans are His image bearers in this world. We bear His likeness and represent Him as the Creator. So here's verse 1.
Precious moments here at heaven's door, but I am dreaming of so much more, waiting for the world to see another perfect picture of me.
As God sings the chorus over us, He starts with the phrase, "I made you perfect in every way." The truth is that God doesn't make junk, and Psalm 123 tells us that we are fearfully and wonderfully made. The fact that we all sin and each of us are affected by sin doesn't change the fact that God created us perfectly. We were created to walk with God in relationship in such a close way that He will always be a breath away from us. The truth that Jesus will never leave us nor forsake us is so important, knowing that we don't walk in fear, but we walk in faith. When we cry out to God, He will always hear our prayers. Here's the chorus.
I made you perfect in every way, created to walk with me each and every day. You will always be a breath away from me. I will always stay a simple prayer away.
Verse 2 starts with a double meaning in the first line, looking through a window at you. The window can be through an ultrasound machine, looking into the womb to see an unborn baby, or through the nursery window. When I was a kid, we would peek through the nursery window at Enloe Hospital at newborn babies from the outside of the building. I even remember a ramp they had for kids so that If you're short, you could get a better look at your newborn sibling through the window. God started creating in Genesis 1 and hasn't stopped creating since then. He does not change. He will always be involved in creation. Here's verse 2.
Looking through a window at you, the people try to see what I've been creating for all eternity. Another perfect picture of me.
The bridge of this song is sung straight to you. God reminds us that every part of us was created by Him, even the parts we wish we could change. As a loving Father, there is an ownership where He calls us His own. We even see this in Isaiah 43, where He says, quote, "You are mine." The phrase, "Every season I'll give you a reason to make it through another day," is what I believe God does with those of us who are depressed and desperate and lonely. For those considering ending their life, God is faithful. He gives us reasons to make it through another day. It is a beautiful blessing that some I've heard about have chosen not to end their life after listening to these songs. In the bridge, God reminds us that He is the potter and we are the clay. He is molding us and shaping us and will sculpt us into something beautiful if we allow Him to. As our Creator, He is telling us that we need to believe what He says about our identity. Here's the bridge.
Every part of your heart was my design. Every day of your life, you will be mine. Every season, I'll give you a reason to make it through another day. I am the potter and you are the clay. You got to believe me when I say.
The final tag of this song starts with, "like father, like son." This phrase carries a triple meaning. First, God is our heavenly Father, and we bear His likeness and resemble Him as sons and daughters on the earth. Second, it refers to the resemblance that I see in my own son, Michael. And third, and most importantly, this refers to our Father in heaven who sings about sending His Son, Jesus, who will reflect Him, the Father. Jesus will say in the Gospels, "If you've seen me, you've seen the Father." So when the Father looks at the Son, He sees His grace in action. So here's the tag.
Like father, like son, you are the one I am sending to be a reflection of me. When I look at your face, I see my grace. When I look in your eyes, I realize that you look just like me.
As soon as I wrote this song, I realized that it could serve the pro-life movement really well. We believe that we are image bearers and life is precious. And so with the help of a few friends, we made a music video to this song. I have a very quick cameo appearance with my son toward the end. Otherwise, it just tells the story of a young woman who's trying to decide what to do after discovering that she's pregnant. This is an earlier recording that a group of musicians from Neighborhood Church helped me with here in early 2005. It features a great guitar solo by Doug Holroyd and the laugh and the voice of my then 6-year-old daughter, Catherine. We recorded the tracks in the TV studio downtown that is now a restaurant, and the video was produced by our friend Steve Chalet. This video was played at the Women's Resource Clinic banquet in the fall of 2005. I will include a link for the YouTube video in the show notes. The version we recorded for the 2009 project, Proof in the Mirror, is a simpler version that only has Linda and I singing, piano, and a string bass. While the music video has a more produced musical arrangement, this later version seems to cut straight to the heart. It's more pure, and after 18 years, this song still holds up as a very powerful statement that puts a lump in my throat. I think we need to be reminded that God is crazy about us, and as our Creator, He's proud of us. Just remember, no matter what you're facing today, He is just a breath away. So here's the 2009 version of the song, Just a Breath Away.
Precious moments here at heaven's door, but I am dreaming of so much more, waiting for the world to see another perfect picture of me. I made you perfect in every way, created to walk with me each and every day. You will always be a breath away from me. I will always stay a simple prayer away. Looking through a window at you, the people try to see what I've been creating for all eternity. Another perfect picture of me. I made you perfect in every way, created to walk with me each and every day. You will always be a breath away from me. I will always stay a simple prayer away. Every part of your heart was my design. Every day of your life, you will be mine. Every season, I'll give you a reason to make it through another day. I am the potter and you are the clay. You've got to believe me when I say I made you perfect in every way, created to walk with me each and every day. You will always be a breath away from me. I will always stay a simple prayer away. Like Father, like Son, you are the one I am sending to be a reflection of me. When I look at your face, I see my grace. When I look in your eyes, I realize that you look just like me.